is Sabrika from Republish. Could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Khushi Shukla. I'm an athlete and an author, and today I'm here to talk about my book, Can You Hear My Silence? Actually, this book is written a personal journey, my silent struggles that I've go through as an athlete, which generally don't people don't talk about, like don't come out with, and I just went it on into my book so that I could just cope myself up in this pressure kind of situation. But this book really helped me, and I really hope book helps the other who are experiencing this silent struggles.
You know, this is actually a very intense and a deep topic. So, how did you come up with something, so deep to write about?
Actually, I am not really a writer. I was actually a sketch person. Like I generally, whenever I felt like going through some struggles, going through some kind of emotion, I just generally sketch it out so that like I could vent out some, I could feel better. So my sister is actually a writer. She writes books and articles. So she told me कि you can write a book and you can feel better this way also. So I thought, okay, I'll try once. So when this National Book Writing Fest came, I thought I'll write something. And then when I start, like I get on the emotion of it, I just went to it. It's just like a flow. I write it everything I felt, every struggle I go through, and now I feel much better actually. I just it was really great journey for me to write about my struggles, about my things that I go through, which I generally don't talk about. But in this book, I just talk like it's just like like my diary. I'm talking to my diary, and or the people who will be reading it. Really great journey for me.
Yes, because I think I've read this so many times, and we all are aware of this fact that journaling and everything, writing helps us with all our emotions because we cannot express everything that we are feeling to anybody else, and we obviously feel alone when we are suffering from these things. So we need to write it down. So Kushi, what was your writing process for this? I mean, how would you just because we are all busy with our daily lives, so how would you come up with something that you want to write about, or you would make points and think that you want to write about this later, or you would just go with the flow? What was your writing process?
I started basically with the thinking I have to talk about my physical struggles that I go through, because as an athlete, it's very important so that you are physically fit, you are up to a performance, up to the mark performance. Because when performance goes down, your confidence goes down. So I just really want to talk about ki when you struggle mentally, your performance affects. It's never just mentally thing. Then people say ki, oh, you are thinking too much. It's not like it will affect you on the ground. No, it will affect me on the ground, because I'm keep on thinking, I'm keep on overthinking about it. I'm keep pressuring myself, criticizing myself, which is generally not good. Like self criticism is not good. So I would love to talk about it on a book so that people know that it's a thing and it will affect you physically. So I started with the physical effect. Then I thought, nee, there's something on emotional, like I have to balance it out. I have to tell that physical and emotional both things get affected a lot. So I started physical things, then I ended it with the emotional thing, and then I ended with a special note which really helped me out. Like when someone which like you are practicing with, or someone you are with, experience like tells you some experience of his or her, which helps you out because you think, okay, not I'm not alone. Someone has already experienced it. So this end of the chapter, end of the book, I have wrote those actual chapters which I really felt, which helped me a lot. Actually, the thing is ki I really thought ki struggling alone is good. Then I realized there is someone also struggling, and if we talk about it, it helps. If we share, if we tell ki I am struggling, you are struggling. Okay, this struggle is not that big of a thing. We can get it out. We can solve it. We can sort it out. Then I recovered a lot. Then I thought, okay, now everyone is experiencing. It's not a big thing. Why I'm making it a big thing in my head? I can experience it. I can solve it, and it's all in control now.
Yes, this is true because we all feel that whatever we are going through is something so personal we cannot share it with others and nobody would understand it, but actually everybody is
Exactly.
going through the same thing in their own world. So it's also a very
Exactly.
relatable thing because we all go through these struggles. Obviously, for you, it also hampers your physical capabilities because
Yes.
of this.
Hmm.
So, in your everyday, day-to-day life, is there something that you've realized while while writing this book?
Excuse me, I didn't get it.
Yeah. So
What?
what I mean to say is that, okay, you were living a certain way, you were going through certain struggles. Okay. So now when you start writing about these things, what changes did you think you felt in your own self?
I felt that what I'm writing is actually really something that I am experiencing is really bad because first of all we start from physical. Some physical things I wrote, and then I thought, okay, this is very bad I'm experiencing. I should work on it. Then I wrote something at the end to work on it. Then I realized, okay, I have to follow this same to same so that it works. It really works. So while writing a book, I like the healing process. What I wrote, I also did it myself, writing it so that I could get, it helps. It helps. So when I did the same thing, it helps. Then I realized, okay, now it's a worthy thing I wrote in a book that actually works. So yes, this that actually helped me because when I talk about thing like that, I didn't thought about healing it on my own. When I write it, I realized ki I can heal it on my own. What I'm even thinking about, why I'm making it so big, why I'm thinking ki, oh, I can't solve my sleeping issues, oh, I can't solve my eating issues. It can be solved. I'm just making it too much big in my head that okay, you can't solve it, you can't solve it. Now when I wrote it, I realized it's a very simple process, you can do it. Then i I did it, and now I am here and I'm feeling much better now.
Really proud of you. And it is not easy. I mean, no matter how easily you put this in words that you've written about your emotions, it is not easy to write about. So, you have done a really well job
Exactly.
writing it, because it
Thank
is
you.
not hard. It is very hard to express what you're feeling on words. And, also, it is very brave of you to put it out there for people to read. Because, we also have fear of criticism. We have fear of, people judging us and all of these things. But, you went out there and you were like, even if readers get some sort of insight or some sort of help with this. So it is actually a commendable job that you've done. About the title, it is actually a very emotional title. Can you hear my silence? How did you come up with that?
When I wrote the whole book, I didn't have any idea that I put a title over. So I keep thinking. Then I always like when me and my sister, me and my sister really talk about a lot of things. So when we talking about the book, I told her that okay, this is what I wrote, and I'm not sure what should be the title. So we talk. Then I keep on always saying this. Ki I am feeling empty, something inside me, and no one can understand the emptiness in me. I can't explain. Even talking to her helps, but some things I can't explain to anyone because there's something I don't know what is it, but I can tell that you all of you could understand. So when so this is the thing I came up. So I thought ki, I can write this like ki no one can understand my silence. So I would like to people to know that may can they hear my silence, can they understand the book, can they understand the core I wrote in. So this is how I came up with can you hear my silence. Now I'm
Very
thinking that
emotional,
people
and
might have heard my silence.
yeah, I mean, of course they have the amazing book that you've written. Any plans on writing another book soon?
I am thinking of writing more about the mental health because I think this is something very hidden, something very hidden topic people generally don't talk about because they think sabotage or something like, oh no, it's a mental issue, but you are mental only.
Yes,
No
Pagal.
one understands mental issue is actually a thing like other diseases. It's not like exactly. It's not like you are just no you to तुम्हारे head में you are overthinking it. It's nothing like that. So I am thinking कि writing about it much really will help people so that somebody know this, somebody who can understand you, who can know कि mental issue is a issue, not a, taboo or not a something that is just in your head. So I'm thinking about writing another mental health issue book.
And there is this really, what would I say, unrealistic comment that, people who suffer from mental health issues, or, who are suffering from one of these things, are actually the weak kind of people. Like, it is supposed to be a disadvantage for you. Like, it is supposed to,
Exactly.
so they don't talk about it because, I don't want to look weak. I don't want to look like this is affecting me. So that is a huge concern that we need to figure out. What
It address right exactly.
Yeah. What message do you want your readers to take from this book?
I would love to tell them that it's definitely not a weakness. It's something, just an issue that came through your journey. It's a simple thing, just like if you would have suffered some injury, it's something that came through your journey. You are experiencing a journey, and then some injury came. You set back, you relaxed, you recover, and then you move on. I would love to tell them mental health is something like that only. You just could take a rest, take a deep breath, take relax, just a recovery, then move on. Because when if you take this issue and keep moving on, it will become a big issue, and you never know. It will become definitely some big issue, and you will realize that, oh, I would have like recovered earlier, but now it's a big issue and I can't recover now. So it's I would love to tell them it's not an issue. You can sit, relax, and then move on. Harish. No, like thing like you have very less time, you can't I would love to tell them you can sit, relax, and then move on. Then you will can actually achieve what you really want.
Yes, because in our generation, we always feel like we are running out of time. So we don't sit with ourselves enough to, actually
Exactly.
analyze what is going on inside of us. So yeah, very well said. And this has been really insightful. Thank you so much for your time. This was really helpful. And I hope people can think of mental health in a better way now. So thank you so much for this amazing podcast.
Thank you so much for talking with me. I'm feeling relaxed now also talking with you about this.
Thank you so much.